Hello, good morning, class. Uh, Welcome back to yet another new topics that we are going to discuss from chapter number 5, which we are learning, and the heading of the chapter is light. So, in the last class, just to recall the things that we have studied in the last class, we learned about the topic called what is light. Then we learned about speed of light, isn't it? Then we also learned sources of light. So that was the three things that we studied in the first class of this chapter number 5, light. All right. In the last class, we have learned about point and extended sources of light. We also learned about natural and man-made sources of light. After that, we learned the last topic that we discussed in our last class was luminous and non-luminous bodies. The bodies which were capable of emitting their own light were called luminous bodies, whereas the bodies which cannot emit their own light but they can reflect the light falling on them were called as non-luminous bodies, isn't it? So we have learned about these two different types of bodies. All right, so let's continue. So now I request all of my children to turn their book to page number 73 of your book. Get ready with the pencil, because whenever I ask you to mark some important words or important topics or sentences, please do underline with your pencil. All right, so I hope now everyone is ready with your book on page number 73. Now on page number 73, do you see the topic called bioluminescence? So if you go to page number 73, you will get this topic called bioluminescence. So we have learned about luminous bodies, isn't it, and non-luminous bodies in our last class. Those bodies which can emit their own light are called luminous bodies, whereas those bodies which cannot emit their own light but they can reflect the light falling on them are called non-luminous bodies. All right, but today we are going to learn a different topic called bioluminescence. Now let me explain the word bio. Now you know you have three branches of science: biology, physics, and chemistry. In biology, you study about livings and non-livings, isn't it? So here we can consider that bio means life, okay, and the other word, that is luminescence. Luminescence means which has capable or which is capable or which has the ability to emit light. Okay, emit light. So here you see life means living organisms. So bio means life and life means living organisms. So those living organisms which can emit light by themselves are called bioluminescence. So let's read the paragraph here. Bioluminescence is the natural emission of light by some living organisms. Understand? So this is the meaning of bioluminescence. You can underline this. These light emitting living organisms are also known as bioluminescent creatures. So those creatures, to put this in the box, those creatures which has the capability of emitting light, these living organisms is called bioluminescent creatures. Okay. Some of the bioluminescent creatures are jellyfish. You've heard about jellyfish, which you can find in oceans and seas. Fireflies, isn't it? Fireflies, glowworms, some algae and fungi. So you can see here jellyfish was one example. Second example is fireflies. Third example is glowworms. Fourth example is algae, and the fifth example is fungi. Understand? So these are the 5 examples of bioluminescent creatures. Means these are the creatures or living things, okay, living organisms which have the ability to emit light, isn't it? Fireflies mean Junkeri. You have seen Junkeri, isn't it? They have their own light, but they are living. So those living organisms which can emit their own light are called bioluminescent creatures. Okay, now where do they live? They live deep in the oceans, devoid of sunlight. For example, jellyfish. Okay, these creatures are capable of converting. So how they are able to produce light? So this is the process. They convert chemical energy present in their body to light energy and use this bioluminescence to attract their mates and prey. So how are they producing their own light? By the chemicals. Okay, so by the chemicals they have in their body. So these creatures have some chemicals on their body, and this chemical react among itself and produces some light. So now we know how these creatures are able to produce light. Understand? Now why did they produce this light? So they produce light to attract their mates, their partners, or to attract the prey, means their food. Understand? So these are the 2 reasons why they emit their own light. The regular blinking of fireflies signaling their mates during summer evenings is also due to bioluminescence. So you have seen fireflies blinking their what light? So why they are blinking? So they are signaling, they are giving signal to their mates. Understand? Clear? So this is what we can learn from this topic called bioluminescence. So we got the definition on the first sentence. From the first sentence, understand, in the second sentence we saw that these organisms which can emit their own light is called bioluminescent creatures. We saw the examples: jellyfish, fireflies, glowworms, algae and fungi. Where they live in deep under the ocean. Who? Algae and fungi. Understand? And why they or how are they able to produce this light? By the conversion of chemical energy which are present in their body. And why do they produce this light? To attract the mates or attract the prey. Understand? So these are the things that we can learn from this topic called bioluminescence. Now on the same page, that is page number 73, after the topic bioluminescence, on your book you will find this topic called rectilinear propagation of light. Now let us write the meaning. Please first of all underline this topic, rectilinear. Rectilinear means straight. Write the meaning. Straight, S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T, straight, okay, line, path. Straight line, path. So it's a path which is a straight line. Understand? This one, not a curved one. This is not the rectilinear. Rectilinear means a straight line path, or you can say straight line, just a straight line. Now propagation means to travel. What is the meaning? To travel. So now we can have a clear idea what this entire sentence means. Rectilinear propagation of light means light travels in a straight line. So you can underline the first line itself. Rectilinear propagation of light means light travels in a straight line. So light always travels in a straight line like this, not in a curved or not in a form of this curved path. Okay, these are all wrong. So you can see that Light always travels in a straight line path. Is that okay? Okay, you must have seen the rays of light coming out in a straight line when the sun goes behind a dark cloud. So observe a beam of light coming in front of a slit in a window of your room. So you will see that all this beam of light which is coming, okay, from the small hole. Slit means small opening from the window, okay, or from the behind the what dark cloud. They're all in a straight line. So here this is how you can what frame the things which are given. So here you see that beam of light, okay, or the light coming behind the dark clouds are always in a straight line. So these are the examples. What are they? These are the examples, okay, which shows that light travels in a straight path. Okay, now you can continue. Because of the dust, turn the book now. Particles in the air that receive this light, you can see that the rays of light entering the room travels in a straight line. So you may also have seen the rays of the light from the projector in the cinema hall traveling in a straight line. So here you see that light is traveling. Light, okay, light travels in a straight line. Understand? So the heading itself, rectilinear propagation of light, means light travels in a straight line path. So you can see that the path of the light is always straight line. What line? Straight line. Okay. Now the next topic that we are going to cover today is light rays. Okay, what is it? Light rays. Now what is a light ray? Please underline. A straight line path along which light travels is called a ray of light. Understand? Ray of light. So this is the definition of ray of light. The arrow mark shown shows the direction of light. So you can see here, this is the example of a ray of light, and here you can see there is a straight line, and on the line you have an arrow mark. So this mark means the direction of the light. So here you can see the light is traveling from left to right. Understand? But if you have a ray of light which has the arrow like this, means that the light ray is traveling from left side to right side to left side. Understand? Now a collection of rays. So here you have only one ray, but if you have collection of rays, that is called pencil or a beam of light. What do we call it? Pencil or a beam of light. So please circle this. A beam of light may be parallel, converging, or diverging. So beam of light can be of three types. What are they? They are, so beam of light can be of three types: parallel, converging, or diverging. Understand? So in a parallel beam of light, the ray of lights are parallel to each other. See here, you can see here you have the example. These rays, 1 2 3 4 5 rays are there. 5 rays are parallel to each other, means they are moving together but they are not meeting. So it's like this. So here you can see these two rays, are they meeting? No, they are traveling together but they are not meeting. So when these rays, okay, beam of rays are traveling, or they are parallel, okay, parallel to each other. Parallel means they are traveling together but they are not meeting. भेटै हुँदैन, सँगै गई बस भेट हुँदैन. These are called parallel rays. Okay, so first type of what beam of light is parallel beam of light. So the figure is here. Understand? Now the distance between the rays remains same. यो कुन चाहिँमा? Parallel beam of light. For example, the sun's rays entering a window of a room form a parallel beam of light. Understand? Now in a convergent beam, second one is a convergent. Convergent भनेको चाहिँ meeting at a point. So suppose say these are different, or you can say beam of rays. So here you can see the rays are traveling in this direction. Yes, the arrow head shows the direction of the rays. So here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 rays, okay, are meeting at a point here. So they are converging. Converging भनेको चाहिँ भेट हुँदैछ एक जग्गा, सबै एक जग्गा थुप्रिँदैछ. So converging be a convergent beam of light. The rays coming out from a source meet at a point. The distance between the rays goes on decreasing till all the rays meet at a point. So here you can see your distance यति थियो, isn't it? But as you go in this way, the distance between the rays are decreasing and ultimately they are meeting at a point. So this kind of beam of light is called convergent. Okay, what do we call it? Convergent beam of light. Understand? The first one was parallel beam of light. This is the example. Here you can see the example of convergent beam of light. Okay, now the last type of beam of light is the divergent beam of light. What happens? The rays spread from a point. So what you will see here, you will have a point. Your point bara chai the rays will what? Diverge, means charincha. Understand? In this way, see, you can see the direction of the light here. So here what is happening? From a point, the rays of light are what? Spreading out, diverging out. So this type of beam is called divergent beam of light. So here you see that a beam of light are of three types. First one is parallel beam of light, second one is convergent beam of light, and the third one is divergent beam of light. All right, so we have learned. Now let us quickly recall the things that we have done today. So today we learned about bioluminescent. Understand, that was the first topic. Second topic that we discussed is rectilinear propagation of light, and the third topic that we discussed today is light rays. Okay, so what did we learn? Light rays. Okay, so that's all for today. Now after you complete this, as usual, we'll have some quiz where you can earn bonus marks. Okay, and after that you will get the notes based on this explanation. All right, so that's all for today. Thank you, and now get ready for the quiz.